Love it. This is one of my memories as soon as you smell that. I love it. This is one of my all-time favourites. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I am going to bring to you one of those videos that has been requested a lot on my channel, but it's something that I'd never got around to making because I am no perfume expert, and I'm going to put that out there from the very start. This is my perfume collection. I have been requested to make this video a number of times, but I am no expert. I'm one of those people that basically wears the perfume I like the smell of. I don't really know much about the undernotes and the tones and all of the things that make up the perfume. I just know what I like and I know what works for me. I do believe though that perfume is one of those life's luxuries that you wear every single day. I love wearing perfume. My mum historically always wore perfume. She still does, and it's something I suppose I grew up with, seeing that adding perfume is something that makes a little bit of a special moment. It's a little bit of a luxury that you wear with you every day, and I love wearing perfume, but I am a creature of habit. I have the perfumes that I love, and I will routinely, regularly, consistently wear those. I don't change them up an awful lot. I don't experiment with different perfumes an awful lot. So you will see things in my perfume collection repeated. So that being said, let's get stuck in and show you my perfume collection. Now, one of the things I do have to say before I share with you my perfume collection is that I am a migraine sufferer. I suffer from really, really bad migraines. So there are a huge amount of perfumes that I simply can't wear. Even if I love the smell of them, can't wear them. They're too strong, or there's something in them that just triggers a note in my mind that starts a migraine. There is a particular Jo Malone perfume that I can't even have any of my staff wearing in the building, and I know that's awful and it sounds awful, and when I've had to go and say to anyone about a particular perfume, I feel awful, but it's one of those perfumes that will trigger a migraine in me instantly. I don't have to be in the vicinity of the person for very long and I will get a really bad migraine from it. And there's things like that that just I can't, regardless, I just can't even try. So these are the perfumes that I have been loving, wearing, some of them for a very long time, and I will talk you through them, and I also will talk you through what works as migraine sufferer, or what triggers, or what I can wear anytime. So let's get started. And the first one, and I'll show you how I keep them. They sit on that shelf up there where you can see the Louis Vuitton boxes and the Chanel books. They sit up there on this little tray. Now, if I can find this little tray, I will link it down below. It's from Amazon and it was cheap as chips. I think it was maybe around about £20, but it works. I've had it for a long time. It has rose gold on the side here, which I like the look of, and then it has 3 plastic shells, which just makes the perfume easier to get at, easier for me to lift. It wasn't overly expensive. It also means that I can lift it up and clean underneath it, and everything sits in a way that I can see it. So I've had this and I've no intention of changing it to anything fancier or whatever. Works for me, and that is how I display my perfumes on that shelf. So let's get started. And the first one at the back, I'm going to set these here actually because we all know I drop things. So let's get started, and I'll put them here and work through them with you as I pull them out. So the first one at the back is this Marc Jacobs Daisy perfume, and I have to confess that this is a perfume that I very, very rarely wear. I obviously have worn it at a time because you can see that it is used. There's about a third out of it. It is the Daisy Marc Jacobs Oh So Fresh blush perfume, and does it still smell the way it should? Obviously, I recently learned that perfume goes on. I was one of those people that goes off. I was one of those people that thought perfume lasted forever. But then I got one that smelled not so good and I realised no, it didn't. Yeah, that still smells pretty much as it should, but I don't really use it. It's not one of the perfumes I reach for. I have to be careful if I am slightly headachy. This could trigger a headache. I do love the look of these. I think this is art. I love these flowers. And I suppose I've probably kept this because I like the look of it on my shelf. But I very, very, very rarely wear it. I don't really wear any of the Marc Jacobs Daisy perfumes. I used to wear this one a little bit, as you can see, but not one of my favourites, but it is still there. Next, and this is one of my all-time favourite perfumes. I absolutely love this. First of all, I love how it looks like a stiletto. I think that's really fancy and fabulous. So I love how it sits and looks on my desk, and it will sit up by itself. If I put it on something that you can see, it will sit by itself and you can have that as a piece of decor on your desk. I think it looks fabulous. But as well as that, it's one of my absolute favourite smells. This is Caroline Herrera and it is the Good Girl perfume. I will go through, there's a pile there of extras of perfumes. As I said, I'm a creature of habit and I will show you what I have duplicates of, but this I absolutely love. This is a smell that just, it makes me happy when I smell it. When I smell it, it brings back an awful lot of memories because I've worn this so much. I think this is a great, I do wear this during the day, but I think this is a great nighttime perfume. I think it's not too heavy, as I said, migraines, but I think there's something sexy about it. I think there's something mysterious, alluring about it. I just love the smell of it. Fabulous. This is one of my absolute favourites. Next on the tray, and this is something you will see repeated over there quite a lot, and it is Coco Mademoiselle from Chanel. I have the little bottle here, which I believe is the 35ml bottle. I generally like to have one of the smaller bottles because it fits in handbags. That's why I used to buy the smaller bottles. I love the smell of this. This is by far my favourite Chanel perfume. I think the smell of this is iconic. As soon as you smell this, you know what it is. I absolutely love it. It is Coco Mademoiselle. I then also have, this is the travel version of the Coco Mademoiselle. So it has the CC on the top. You twist this and out comes the little spray, I suppose, to be very technical about it. Spray, and then you push that and the perfume sprays out. Love it. These are the refills. These are the same thing again. As I said, creature of habit. These are the refills for the Coco Mademoiselle, the Chanel. These are 20ml refills. This opens, this comes off, and you can fill this up with one of these, and then you have the spray bottle to put into your bag and carry as your spray perfume, but you don't have to buy whole other bottles. You can buy these refills and put them in. So there are 4 sitting there of Coco Mademoiselle. So obviously I love this smell. The only thing that I will say about this smell is that I have to be completely and utterly headache free. If there is a day where I have a tingle or I'm feeling a bit tired or there's something floating about in there that I just think I could be susceptible to a headache, I can't wear this. It's not overly strong. As Chanel perfumes go, it's actually not overly strong, but there is just something about this that if I have any sort of lingering headache, this will bring on a migraine. I remember being in the car with my mum. She had came to one of my scans with me, and as we were driving home, I had to keep the window open, and I was probably quite harsh with her because she was wearing this. Not her fault, but I was migraine-y, and when this is worn at all in the vicinity where I can smell it, it will trigger a migraine. So I love this, but I can wear it rarely, and I can only wear it on days when I know that I'm completely headache clear. Next, and this is one of my absolute favourite smells, and it is the Lancome perfume, La Vie Belle, I think it's called. This is the one that Julia Roberts advertises. I love the smell of this. When I smell this, if somebody's wearing this, it will attract my attention and I will know this perfume, and I love the smell of it. Again though, it's a perfume that I can't wear all the time. I can only wear this perfume if I'm completely headache free, or this could trigger a headache. This is one that I just need to be careful with, but the smell of it I think is fabulous. It's really distinctive. I love it. It's one of the newer type perfumes, and I know it's not new, but for me, as I said, don't change them a lot, that I came across, and I absolutely love this and I love to wear it. I just have to be careful that I don't wear it when I could be headachy, but fabulous smell. Next, and this may give some of you a laugh, and this is the Emporio Armani She perfume. I have worn this perfume since I was 17 and I absolutely love it. This is one of those perfumes that I always will have one of these somewhere. I love the smell of this. It's so fresh. Oh, I love it. It just brings back so many memories. It doesn't trigger any headaches. It's so light. I can wear this all the time. It's a brilliant summer perfume. Although I wear it all the time, I love the smell of this. It's probably one that some people might think is quite a young or an immature perfume. I don't care. I love the smell of it. I will keep wearing it. It's one that my brother will know whenever this is running out. He will ask, and it's something he would buy regularly as Christmas or birthday presents. Absolutely love this, and this will always be in my perfume collection. I will try and find the perfumes that I'm talking about and link them down below if you want to check any of them out. The next one that I have is Calvin Klein Euphoria. Now, confession time. I wore this when I was very, very young, maybe a late teens, maybe teenager, and my mum bought me another bottle of this a few years ago, and I've never worn it. I have never actually worn this perfume, but the look of it brings back a lot of memories, and I know that my mum bought it because she knew I used to wear this a lot, and it's nice perfume. I've never worn it, and it's not something I reach for whenever I'm reaching any of these. I generally stick to the few that I use a lot, and this one is absolutely full sitting over here, but that's what it is, and it is part of my collection. Next is another perfume that I do like, but I don't wear very often, and it is the Miss Dior Eau de Perfume. I think my mum bought me this as well. I do like it. Again, have to be careful not to wear it if there's a headache lingering, although not as bad as the Lancome La Vie Belle or the Coco Mademoiselle, but I do have to be careful with this. I do like it, but it's just a perfume you can see I haven't used a huge amount of. It's not one of my favourites. It's not one of the ones I will reach for the most, but I do like it, and I keep it there because I like to wear it on the odd occasion, but certainly not one of my favourites. Now for two of my absolute favourite perfumes. I adore these. These make me happy. I will always have them as part of my collection, and the first one is Jo Malone Blackberry and Bay. Now I have two of these bottles of this size. One of them is in my bag, one of them is here to be used. I also have the bigger size of this. I also have the smell. The candle that's burning back here is the townhouse version of this. I have the candle that is sitting right here is Blackberry and Bay. Absolutely love it. This is one of my favourite scents in the world. I have diffusers of this. I have hand wash of this, body lotion, hand lotion. Basically, if it's made in Blackberry and Bay by Jo Malone, I will probably have it. I absolutely love the smell. It just smells like blackberries. It reminds me of summer. It reminds me of happy times, happy days when I spray this. Oh, I just love the smell of this. This can take me on so many journeys. It is Blackberry and Bay by Jo Malone. It's very, very citrusy. Smells like blackberries. Just reminds me of a child picking blackberries. Absolutely love this. This is one of my all-time favourites and will always be in my collection. My friend Tyler from Instagram, Tyler Welton Stewart, works in Jo Malone. He keeps me up to date with a lot of the Jo Malone stuff, but even he knows that he has accepted that this will always be my go-to, and I will not be very adventurous because I love that this much. Next, and one of my all-time favourite perfumes, and I know it's expensive for perfume, but it is the Louis Vuitton California Dream. And one of the things that Louis Vuitton do with their perfumes, you can see that this is getting close to the bottom, there's maybe about a third left, is you can get the perfume refilled, and I will get this. Oh, I love that smell. I will get this refilled as soon as it goes down. This I adore. This brings back so many memories. I bought this perfume with Bestie in Dublin, I think on one of the first shopping vlogs I ever filmed on this channel. This has a lot of memories for me about starting this channel and meeting people on here and starting to feel a bit more comfortable about my handbag obsession and a bit more confident in myself, and this just makes me feel good. I love this perfume. This is one of the ones that you'll see Louis Vuitton samples sitting about. I will always plague Anita for Louis Vuitton samples of this California Dream to have in my handbag because I love this smell. It's fabulous. Absolutely love it. This makes me smile. This is one of my all-time favourites. Now I have a few little sample bottles. I have a Louis Vuitton Etoile Filante, I think that is how you would pronounce that. I have a little one of the Lancome that we already talked about, which I also will carry in my handbags because I love this whenever I'm headache free. Love to have this with me, and that will come along. And then I have the Dior Joy as well. I really like perfume samples. I have a few of the smaller ones like these as well, and then I have a box full of Louis Vuitton samples. I like them for mini bags. I use a lot of mini bags. If you watch this channel, you will know that. I love that they slip into the mini bag and don't take up very much room. When I talk about the SLGs from Louis Vuitton that I actually use, one of the ones I will talk about a lot is the key clay, the little key pouch. And one of the reasons for that is I will generally always have a little perfume sample in there. I'll put it in there so as if it leaks or it sprays, it's not on the bag and it's not damaging the bag, but it slips in there small enough, and I have a perfume with me that I can top my perfume up, especially if I've been out for most of the day, maybe shopping, maybe feeling a little bit not your nicest. I like to have a perfume with me to spray and to top up during the day, so I will keep all of those little samples. Now I am just finally going to show you as I said, creature of habit, so I have piles of perfumes not even opened, and these are generally all extras or doubles of the perfumes that I love. What have we got in the extras collection? The first one is the Emporio Armani She, and that is this one. As I said, love this, always will have this around me, always will have a version of this. I think that's the same size as this one. I generally will always also have one. There's a little one that comes about this size, and the one that I have has recently finished, and I keep that to carry in my handbags because it's only very little like this, but it is the same smell, obviously, because it's the same perfume. And I will always have one of these around as an extra because I love this that much. Next, I have another, as if I don't have enough of it. Now, I do love it, but as I said with the headaches, but I have a spare Chanel Coco Mademoiselle, and this is actually the 100ml one. So this is a big one, so I won't open this until I finish the ones that are over here. Because as we know, once we open them, they start to go off. So I won't open this until I am nearly finished with the other ones. But I do love the smell. I just, as I say, have to be careful wearing it. But there's proof that I love it because I always have backups, even though there's enough of it sitting over there, already opened and already in use. The next one that I have an extra of is the Good Girl Caroline Herrera, and that's this one that I showed you earlier. Again, I have extras of this because I absolutely love it, and it's one of those things whenever people know the perfumes that you like and they know that that's a good gift to get, if it's the actual perfume you love to wear, I will always be bought them, or I will buy them to have extras. And this is the Good Girl Carolina Herrera because this smells fabulous. The next set that I have never actually opened is the Viktor and Rolf, and this is the miniatures of the iconic Flower Bomb perfume, which is this little one. This is the Flower Bomb. This is 2 miniatures of it, and this one is the Bon Bon, which is another iconic perfume for Viktor and Rolf, and these smell really, really well. The reason I have these again is for mini bags. I always like to have perfume in my bag, and I buy some smaller sizes of things. Now, I haven't opened them because I will use some of those before I open these, because as I say, perfume goes off, but they will then open and be used as in my collection for daytime, but also to keep in my handbags. I think they're really, really handy. And they are fabulous perfumes. The last ones that I have spares of, and I can actually open one with you now, and it is the Lancome Hypnose. So I have the 75ml in it, and I also have the 30ml, and I will open one of these now. I have 2 of them here. The reason I have 2 is because mine has recently ran out, and I haven't got around to opening one of these boxes yet, but this is why I keep the spares, because as soon as they run out, I can open one of my favourites. This is another perfume that I have worn for years. I love the smell of this. This, I don't have to worry about headaches. I can wear this regularly. I can wear this without really, unless I'm in the midst of a really bad migraine, I wouldn't wear any perfume, but this one is really safe for me. It doesn't really trigger anything. This is another one that brings back so many memories. Isn't that so good about a scent that you can spray it and you'll remember so much? Love it. This is one of my memories as soon as you smell that. I love it. This is one of my all-time favourites, and it's one of those perfumes that I will always wear. The ones that I can wear when I am generally don't have to worry about causing a headache. As I say, not if you're in the middle of one, but the ones that are the most friendly for me as a migraine sufferer are the Lancome Hypnose, the California Dream by Louis Vuitton, the Jo Malone Blackberry and Bay. Even though that's quite citrusy and quite strong, I don't find it triggers my migraines. And the Emporio Armani She. Out of all of my perfumes, and probably the Carolina Herrera, the Good Girl, I probably can wear that as well without having to worry too much about migraines. Those 5 are probably the safest for me when it comes to headaches. The other ones, I need to just make sure that there's nothing triggering about in there that might trigger a migraine. There's no hint of a migraine or a headache before I can wear any of the other ones. Those are my perfumes. That is my perfume collection. I don't have a huge amount of varied perfumes. I'm not somebody that has lots and lots and lots of different ones, because I generally stick to what I like. A bit like with everything in life, the handbags as well. I will generally buy the things I like because I know I like them and keep wearing them. So it's not the most varied collection, but it is more than enough for me, and it has my favourites in it. Thank you so much for requesting this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.